Even though I have been using Linux for the past 9 years, my distro hopping really picked up in late 2025. I eventually gave up on Pop! OS because its transition to the Cosmic desktop resulted in a broken audio server and Steam black screen issues. While Zorin OS initially seemed promising, I soon abandoned it because of Ubuntu's growing reliance on Snap. On top of that, I became increasingly concerned about Canonical's strong influence over Ubuntu's direction. As a result, I decided that I wanted a distribution that wasn't based on Ubuntu. I then tried Fedora for the first time, but before long, I came across news about its growing collaboration with Microsoft. By this point, I was honestly exhausted with distro hopping. That's when I decided to switch to Debian for its renowned stability, privacy, and security. However, I found its gaming performance to be somewhat average because of its older packages and kernel. Around the same time, the Linux Dirty Frag vulnerability was making headlines. To my surprise, Debian took quite a while to address the issue, whereas CachyOS on my kid's device received a fix much more quickly. That left a strong impression on me, so I decided to give CachyOS a try. To be honest, I couldn't find any major issues with CachyOS. Even when malware was discovered in the AUR, it didn't concern me much because I primarily install software from the official CachyOS repositories and FlatHub. I rarely need packages from the AUR anyway. Around this time, discussions about mandatory age verification for operating systems also began gaining attention. As I researched the topic, I found that most Linux distributions strongly opposed the proposal. I also came to understand that the issue was more closely related to systemd, and did not appear to affect SysVinit-based distributions in the same way. In that regard, SysVinit-based distributions seemed to have an advantage. CachyOS also had the benefit of being developed in Germany, even though it uses systemd. After going through so many distribution changes in such a short period, I started evaluating projects much more carefully. Instead of looking only at features, I began paying closer attention to the development team, its size, long-term reputation, and overall reliability. CachyOS has a relatively small team that has done an exceptional job so far, but I wanted something backed by a larger and more established project without sacrificing modern software. I needed a distribution that was stable, secure, and capable of providing newer packages than Debian Stable. I also wanted a better kernel for gaming. That's when I came across MX Linux AHS. I had used MX Linux before, but never the AHS edition. MX Linux AHS is based on Debian Stable while providing newer hardware support and more up-to-date packages than standard Debian Stable. It also allows users to install software from the Debian Backports repository. Furthermore, the AHS edition ships with the latest Liquorix kernel, which helps improve gaming performance. MX Linux AHS is available in KDE, Xfce, and Fluxbox editions. I ultimately chose the Xfce edition because it uses SysVinit by default, which, based on my understanding, avoids the age verification concerns associated with systemd. This isn't currently possible with the KDE edition because KDE has a much stronger dependency on systemd. As a result, MX Linux AHS Xfce is now my current distribution. One limitation, however, is that it still relies on X11 because Xfce's Wayland support is still under development. This means features such as Wayland are not readily available in the default Xfce setup. Users who need Wayland can instead choose the KDE edition, as the latest MX Linux AHS KDE supports Wayland by default.